Appreciate your time today, and thanks for telling me about your operation and all the sweepers you guys have and your sweeping needs. I'm going to introduce you to the Odra MP4H. Stands for Mechanical Twin Engine, 4-yard high dump. And as you see here, we have it on a lsuzu chassis. We're not a chassis manufacturer, but this is the design that we have. It's got great visibility, 16'5" turning radius, 109-inch wheelbase, and it's a non-CDL unit, most important part. So as far as operators, you've got a wide range of operators that you can put in this unit. If I were to give you kind of an overall of the design of the machine, our method of design is really just to keep it simple. And you're going to see that. It's rugged, it's simple, it's easy to operate, it's easy to maintain, easy to use and repair. So our Isuzu 109-inch wheelbase. So get in the power plant behind here. If you can see on the other side, we've got a Kubota 65-horse diesel engine. And coupled to that, we've got Sauer Danfoss variable displacement pump. Now it is a load sensing pump, so as there's demand for the hydraulics, the pump will actually produce more flow. The max flow in that's 32 gallons a minute, which is really high. It's the highest in the industry. And what that means is power. Just like the power plant next to it, 65 horsepower, that 32 gallons is really like horsepower for your hydraulic system. So we have a really powerful system. Coming from the pump, we've got the flow going through the hydraulic valve block, another Sauer Danfoss component that is unique to the Odra sweeper, with 9 sections in this block. Each one has a manual override. And this is the only sweeper in the industry that has a manual override system to it. Why is that important to you? Because we know at some point something's going to happen. A switch, a fuse, something, electronic will fail. It's mechanical. Things are going to happen. But what does that mean to your operation? Do you have to have the machine down for the day? No. If you've got a load, your hopper full of material and you're on a job site, you can grab the lever and you can manually operate this and continue working for the, for the rest of the day and get by till you get back to a shop. Increase productivity and uptime, more satisfied customers, and you're more efficient. You're getting more things done with this manual override system. And then if you're a mechanic, as far as diagnosing the machine itself when something happens, you can quickly turn the auxiliary engine on and manually operate a valve and know that your pump, your valve, your hoses, all the way down to your motor are all functioning properly. And so I can isolate the circuit, move right up to electronics. So with the electronics portion, we've got everything centrally located in this one panel for convenience and for protection. So I've got all my features in here. First thing, I've got fuses and I've got relays. And you can see how simple the layout is, fuses and relays. There's no CAN bus system, no computers on this. So we want to give you the freedom to be able to diagnose your equipment again and not have something held hostage because something's got to be plugged in and run a diagnostic on. All your relays at the top, those are interchangeable. You can get a fuse from any local auto parts store. There's nothing proprietary about any of this technology. And all your connections for all the components are one central location. So if I'm going to use a test light, if anybody knows how to use a test light, I can test for power in and out of each function. So it makes it central. It's easy to diagnose. My level sensors down here in the bottom won't allow the machine to raise the hopper up off of 3 degrees for protection. So with that, you'll notice our hopper design. We have a single cylinder. It's unique in the industry. We have this 5-stage unit that moves all the material up from a central point. We're pushing in the middle versus a scissor arm system that's less efficient. Where you've got twin cylinders is the most normal configuration. You're trying to push the load sideways before it goes vertical, where we're exerting all the energy in a vertical motion. We're not losing anything. It also provides a central point for holding the material. And you'll notice our scissor arms, all they are doing is just keeping the load on an X and Y axis in a central location. We also do not move the hopper off of center and change the center of gravity on the truck chassis. So our gutter broom assembly, 42-inch diameter gutter brooms, were hydraulic driven and, more importantly, hydraulically raised and lowered. We're not using air cylinders. So there's a whole lot less maintenance on this, and there's a lot more control on the system. So we've got 3 spray nozzles on each gutter broom, side to side. There's 5 nozzles on the front, and there's 4 nozzles on the back, and we'll get to that in just a minute. You notice our conveyor design is a squeegee-style chain elevator. We've got 2 bolts on each side, so a total of 4 bolts that hold this unit in, and these 2 hoses right here. And if you'll notice at the top, we've got a hook point. That hook point is so that you can pull this elevator out and set on the ground and either rebuild it or replace it. It takes about 30 minutes to get it on the ground. So it's efficient. We know you're going to have to work on something. We've incorporated in the design of the product that you can service it easily versus burying it behind a bunch of panels and framework and things you can't access. We've made it easy where you can just take it out. On the inside, there's just nothing more than a sight window to look at your chain adjustment. We're managing the slack and there's no tension on the system. We've got adjustment at the top right here to move your upper shaft up and down in order to get our chain adjustment properly aligned. I've got my safety leg stored away here to support the hopper. And if you'll notice how simple the design is, rather than having hydraulic cylinders for every single function, we have one hydraulic cylinder that raises and lowers the conveyor, the drag shoes, and the rear main broom all at the same time. That eliminates valves, hoses, and complication expense on the unit. That's the simplicity of our design. Got a drain here for the water tank for winterization. It's also nice for washing hands sometimes. And then in the back, you'll notice the spring assembly. This is our main broom adjustment, and there's one on each side. It's a mirror image from side to side of this behind this panel. The individual adjustment allows us to compensate for any coning or excessive wear on one side or the other of the broom. It's going to save you money if you can adjust this individually. It also save you time from changing out brooms prematurely. Our 220 water gallon tank is filled by a hose, and we've also got just a garden hose or gravity feed option as well. A light bar, all these come standard. We've got rear view cameras, we've got gutter broom cameras, and then we also have a hopper camera. So you can see all the material that you're loading as you're loading it inside the cab. There's no reason to get out. You don't have to look through a sight glass or turn around and look through a dirty window to find out where your hopper load is. Dual flashing lights on the back. This is the drive side of my main broom. Direct hydraulically driven. We've got a shock absorber here to help position and keep the broom from hopping when you get into coning type situations or different surfaces. And if you'll notice, there's a mirror image here on the spring assembly from the other side. So you have the ability to adjust this side up or down, just like the other side. My left side gutter broom is a 36-inch 4-segment gutter broom, and I have 3 more spray nozzles here for individual water control, whether it be for right gutter broom, left gutter broom, rear broom, or front. I can customize that as I go, and all the controls are in the cab with the simple turn of a valve. My water pump is right here behind the gutter broom, and then my filter we've positioned conveniently for the operator when he steps out of the cab. It's right here so that he can easily access it, doesn't forget about it. And this is something we recommend that you would take that off daily. Check your screen to make sure there's no sediment buildup, which will go through this and get down into your nozzles. That's where your nozzles can get clogged up and you lose water flow for your dust suppression. So this is a 65 horse Kubota that we talked about from the other side. And if you notice, it's pretty accessible. I've got my finger right here on the oil filter. I'm touching the starter. I'm touching the alternator. How much more accessible can it be? So many other designs where these are enclosed and not accessible. We're going back to that simple and keeping it easy in our design. So as I step up to the cab, you can see my central control system. All the buttons are labeled with pictures, easy identifiable. And then you'll see the camera system. You'll see my monitor in the center. And you've got 3 views on that monitor. You can do your right gutter broom. You can have the hopper in view or the rear view.